How about this? A Democrat, a Republican, a senator, a House member. One thing we agree on, Senator Roger Thompson, and we already know you, Representative Dunnington, who's with us every Sunday, is that people want to do business with the movie industry. Carl Torp has been at Sundance. Let's talk about this. Don't hear a lot about it. The movie industry in Oklahoma, is it good for the state?
It's very good for the state. And one of the things that we've done, somewhat because of our limited credits that we have, we've dealt with smaller players in the industry. I think it's time we step it up. It's time that we do more in Oklahoma. This last year, I had an opportunity to go west. Representative Dunnington went east, went out to Atlanta, and we talked to producers. We talked to directors and said, what is it going to take to get you to come to Oklahoma and work here? And we got some interesting answers.
I mean, I'm just like this boy from Carnegie, Oklahoma, right? So like this is incredible, and I'm just so excited. But yeah, the butterflies are going right now.
Representative Dunnington, what would it take to get the industry to come here and spend a lot of money?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot to offer to the industry. We have 13 different geographic locations. We've got a vibrant urban centers in Tulsa and Oklahoma City. Really what it is for us to just put forward the foot on enhancing the rebate and saying, look, we want you to come do business here. It's great for economic development. We've talked a lot, this governor's office has talked a lot about needing to diversify our economy. This is an area that we could do really, really well in, and there's a lot of energy right now to do it.
So I've heard a lot of nonsense about it, which nobody believes. I hear just nonsense. What is the real bottom line situation with the movie industry? What do we need to do in Oklahoma to bring them here?
Well, you know, in business, you say, what's it going to take to get you to come to Oklahoma? And so what they tell us is that we need to have more incentives. We need to make sure that they're going to be stable whenever they get here. We're going to make sure it's going to be an environment to come. And so what we're trying to do through the legislature this year, and also through our Secretary of Tourism, Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell, is talk to the industry specifically. And so if they're going to be here for several months, they're going to spend $100 million here, let's build a credit for them. And only for them. We pass it through the legislature. We can use the governor's closing fund if the legislature's not in session, and we can move forward. We want the big players at the table. We want Disney. We want HBO to come to Oklahoma. It's interesting. While I was out there, the company that did the movie I Can Only Imagine, they want to move their entire industry to Oklahoma. They just need stability in Oklahoma and our incentives and our tax structure.
You hear a lot about horror stories about Hollywood and people out there, but it appears that we may be a really attractive place to people who do family movies in the faith community as well.
Yeah, we absolutely would be. And let's be honest, this isn't a recreate the wheel type of situation. If you look at states that have done tax incentives and rebates in the correct way, they see a return on investment or an ROI of about 3 to 1. We would expect that here in the state of Oklahoma. We've been working diligently with the Senate, with the Lieutenant Governor, with the Governor's office in order to put something together that would be Oklahoma specific. And we feel like that we've got a really good product moving forward and excited to see where it goes.
Absolutely. When you talk about economic development, you're talking about $34 million just in this last year that's come in. We're talking about an individual out of Mustang who just started out with one truck, a veteran, and he started out with one truck, got involved in the movie industry. Today he has 10 trucks and the employees that go with it. Just whenever they come to town, he's ready to go to work. We're doing that over and over and over. It's good for Oklahoma.
All right, incentives, sometimes we know that. Some people get a bad name about incentives, or people don't understand it, right? The incentives on this, tell us how it works, and is it good for our state?
Yeah, I mean, I think the most important thing is for us to maintain transparency. It's something we've talked about a lot. The incentives for us is a rebate, so you have to come here and spend money in the state of Oklahoma, and there's a certain set of criteria at which you have to adhere to in order to ask for the rebate, and that is the incentive. It's to come here knowing you're going to spend money here. That's where you get the return on investment. Come spend $30 million here, we'll give you a rebate on some of that you've spent. That's money spent in Oklahoma, hiring Oklahomans to help us diversify our economy, and it'd be a really great thing.
Chairman Thompson, got about 20 seconds left.
Okay.
What's the final word on the movie industry coming to Oklahoma?
We're ready, they're ready, and we're willing to make it happen at 23rd and Lincoln.
Outstanding. Chairman over in the Senate, A and B, and Representative Dunnington, I'm a big fan of that industry. Thanks for all you're doing for Oklahoma.
Thank you. Good to be here.
See this again at news9.com/YourVoteCounts. Follow me, Scott Mitchell, on Twitter @MitchellTalks.